Here we're going to take a quick tour of SalesForce so that you may easily access any information you need for you or your team's deals. First, go to login.salesforce.com and type in your ASD email and password. If you don't have a login or you forgot it, email salessupport@americansolardirect.com and they will send you a link so you can set it up. Once you log in, it may take you to the Dashboards tab, which has a graphical representation of how many appointments were booked, sits complete, and deals signed for that day. You can filter via crew leader or office. To find a specific account, go to the Search tab and type in the address of the account that you want to check up on. A quick tip, if you just type in the numbers of the address, that should locate your account. If you start typing the full address name, you run the risk of not finding anything because if just one letter is off, you won't find your account. This is not Google. Click on the correct address in the Opportunities field. Do not click on the Opportunities tab along the top, as that will take you to a list of random opportunities that are in your queue. Once you're in the Opportunity page, all of the information that you need can be found here. One way is to scroll down through all of the data, but an easier way is to use the ribbons at the top to jump down to particular sections. The first section in the ribbon is Roof Analysis. You can simply hover over the name to look at the data inside, or click on the actual tab to drop you down to that section. Here you will find the pre-engineering details, such as the panel layout and usable arrays. Also, all of the previews and actual quotes that were ever pulled are listed here. At the bottom is a roof analysis history, which shows who and when engineering changes and updates occurred. To go back to the Opportunity page, you can of course click back or click the address in the Opportunity field. Now let's go to the Quotes section. Here you will find all of the preview quotes that were generated before the sit, all of the actuals that were shown or pulled inside the home, and any revised quotes that may have been produced post-sale. The check marks will show what system was accepted in the home and what system was presented after site inspection. You can always check status to see which system is currently the accepted version at the point that you're viewing it in SalesForce. To view any of these specific quotes, click on the quote number on the left. This will show the customer information, offset, production estimates, cost without solar, and the most important part, the cost and savings with solar. This page effectively shows everything that is listed on the economics worksheet that we present to customers in the home. Further down, there's some information on the lending company and even a list of the annual and cumulative savings and guaranteed production over the term. Now let's go to the Agreements tab. This just has some pretty basic information about the accepted quote and the history of the events pertaining to that agreement. The Remote Monitoring section has information about what type of monitoring device they have and the serial number of their inverter. Customer referrals, of course, list any referrals related to that customer. Open Activities is a fantastic place to check when a project is just getting underway. If there are any open tasks for you or any other department that need to be completed, they will be listed here. Typically, the top one is the most recent task. Activity History is a list of all logged activities, listing the more recent items at the top. Again, you may click on it and drop down to that section of the page, or simply hover over the list to review recent events. This is a great place to review if you ever have a customer who's concerned about communication. This list will point out specific touch points when ASD reps have reached out to the customer. Internal Activities lists any operation costs for big ticket items, such as additional electric or roof work. Notes and Attachments is mainly used by account management and project administration. This has the raw material of items that need to be signed, generally post-sale. If there's anything that you need to get signed, it should be listed under the Open Activities tab. Contact roles list the customer's main contact. As a best practice, go here and double check that the number and email listed are the customer's preferred method of communication. The Projects tab gives an overview of all operations processes, including some graphs, key milestones, and the Project Notes section, which catalogs all thoughts on the project at each step. These steps weren't necessarily taken, but they were part of the decision-making process as the project was being built. Cases are items related to customer care. Notice that there are 2 Cases tabs, as different information gets pushed into different categories. Go here only if you need to review any escalated items through customer care, and of course be sure to check both tabs. Opportunity Field History documents every key change throughout the process of that project, all the way up to the most recent date. Stage History lists out all of the major events throughout the sales cycle, all the way from appointment booked to close won. Now let's review a few other key areas that are not in the ribbon at the top. First of all, you've got commissions, which lists out the CIT and consultant, finance milestones and details, customer contribution, which lists if any down payments or additional work was paid for by the customer. Opportunity information is a very important section. Check the Hold Action Item section to see if there are any things you can assist with to get your project off hold. And also, check the Contract Processing Notes to see if there are any missing documents needed. Operations is another key area where you can see the status of the roof and electrical. However, please be aware that the site survey and inspection notes are not the final verdict. They are later reviewed by an internal team of experts. If any additional costs are going to be rolled into the loan, that will appear in the Home Reno Add-on Amount section. Also, if there's ever a utility spot check, that will be listed here. Then you can scroll to the Ops Support section to see the final verdict on the roof and electrical. These notes are input from the operations manager, so once you see OK to proceed, you should be good to go. If there are any additional costs needed to complete the project, that would be listed in the Works to be Complete section. The credit detail will show if and when the customer was approved. Production data will show how well the system is operating, but allow for a few months after system handoff in order to see accurate information. Milestone dates list out all of the subcategories of the stages mentioned earlier. Here you can see the start dates on the left and the end dates on the right. This is a great spot to find out where we are with the project. The HOA and Trust section, of course, lists out any homeowners association or trust attached to the home. If there is an HOA, you'll want to come here to see if and when project administration has sent forms to the homeowner, and that will include notes such as waiting for homeowner signature, etc. At the bottom, there will be the kilowatt usage amounts for that home, CIT notes, and a satellite picture of the home. The rest are fields that we've already covered. Take the time to explore a few different accounts of yours in SalesForce. Once you become comfortable with it, you should find it to be an extremely valuable resource for you and your team.